Do you hear that? That is the sound of meat drying. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. Meat drying. So there's this Afrikaner tradition, a thing we love a lot, and it is the drying of meat. You add a bit of vinegar, prepare it. I think the Americans call it beef jerky. We call it biltong. Quite different. I've had beef jerky before, but biltong is a little bit different. A bit more kind of spicy, salty vibes, a bit more meat to it. But now I've got this little contraption my parents brought from South Africa for me, and it kind of circulates air. There's a light bulb here that makes sure that there's enough heat in this little contraption, so it's dry. It's not cooking it. It's just making sure that it actually gets really, really dry, so that the air is circulating through. It dries the meat. The meat is now kind of being preserved in vinegar, and then lots of salt and stuff outside to make it last longer. And apparently that's what my forefathers ate as they traveled from the southern tip of Africa into the inner... What am I talking about? But anyway, that's not why you're listening to me. So I made some biltong today, or prepared it. It's going to take about 3 days to cure, and then we shall partake. Luckily, the Polish folks around me is not too keen on the biltong. That is a good thing for me because I get to then eat all of it myself. The only thing is, if you eat too much of it, makes you super thirsty. I always laugh when people eat it, and then the next day they'll tell me, "Man, I woke up late night to go drink water." That's biltong. Cool, but it's not the highlight of my day because we spent a lot of time today inside. Francie had his friend Alex over to have a bit of a play, and Martha and I started talking about what we wanted to do for New Year, because Christmas is pretty much planned out with family vibes, and then usually the New Year consists out of going somewhere, which we're not doing this year because, we are on curfew/lockdown, keep us at home vibes. And we also heard earlier today that the UK is going to be on lockdown through Christmas, which, apparently there's a new strain, a bit more aggressive in the spreading, that has been identified there, and people are recommending let's keep Christmas smaller, because we might have to sacrifice one Christmas to spend many more Christmases together. And I don't think a lot of people get that. It's tough. It sucks. But it is what it is. And Martha and I started thinking about what we could do for New Year. So I'm going to tell you what we thought up. Well, part of it is led to a purchase. So because we're not spending money on going anywhere, we decided to buy a pasta machine. A pasta machine. A real Italian one. We're not skimping. Manual. And I've done it once before with friends of mine in South Africa, where you hand make your pasta, roll it through this little machine a few times, flattens it out, you let it dry a little bit, and then you cut the spaghetti or tagliatelle or whatever it is you're going to make. And it's rewarding. And we thought that if we bought this, it could be interesting for us to do in future, because it is fun to do. It's a nice activity, and you feel kind of in control of your food. And we are on the mission to eat a little bit better. So I don't know how healthy that's going to be, but let's see. But then the going through the effort to prepare stuff and not going to the shop to buy pasta, I don't know. Sounds interesting. It just also sounds like something that we can get Francie involved with. So that is going to be our activity for New Year. We decided that we are going to make pasta. We're going to make a nice meal, and we're going to put Francie to work to make some of the pasta. So that's going to be an interesting, cool exercise to try out for the New Year. So I'm quite excited for this machine to arrive quite soon. So I'm excited about a purchase. Go figure. And so wrapping up the day, Francie is played out. Hopefully we'll be able to get him to bed quite soon and have a little bit of a movie night to end the day. Oh, and I forgot to speak about the lights. So I did my update before I left yesterday because I didn't know how late I will be back for my episode. And then someone published the episode by mistake as well, right before my usual time. But yeah, the lights were cool. I mean, it was good to go. A bit disappointed that I didn't get to take a lot of photos. Left my camera in the car because it started raining on the way there. And go figure, as I got there, it stopped. And it was actually quite pleasant, not too cold. We have this thing in South Africa called Happy Valley, strange name, and that was it's like also a light display, and it's well known for years and years and years, and they had all these scenes and things. This is not quite it. It's more of like a kind of Tudor era castle garden. So if you imagine like these crafted gardens that they always have in these kind of Victorian era castles, and now that it's winter, of course, these gardens are not growing. They're all covered up and protected from the elements. But now those plants are kind of outlined / replaced by lights. So we got to walk through the King's Garden and experience lights, and I must say it was cool. It was really nice. And then at the end they had like this projector display on the building, which was interesting and cool. And I felt relatively safe in the sense of they had control of people going in, and Francie had a good time with a few friends there, and we could explore the lights, and it was quite a cool, pleasant experience, to be honest. So the weekend is. I think Martha's a little bit disappointed in the fact that we're not doing a lot. But we're aiming to do a bit of a trip into the city tomorrow with our bicycle / longboard expeditions. Go find some croissants or something cool to eat. Francie would probably want ice cream again. I'll report back on that. So we'll try and do something. There's a little bit of a forecast for a bit of sunlight coming through tomorrow. So not that it's going to be warmer, but we are going to try and leverage that. So hopefully that will happen. I think I need to force myself out because it's really hard for me. I don't want to go out. I want to stay inside. Good stuff. So nothing deep in the soul here, just biltong ready to do its thing, and waiting for Monday / Tuesday for a taste. I'll let you know how that goes. I'll share that as well if you want to pop past for a bit of biltong. Let me leave it there and say thank you for listening, and I hope that you're having an awesome weekend.